Good evening, everybody. We're here, another round of painting. We decided not to play a little bit of games tonight. We ran into some technical difficulties with a new camera trying to get set up, and just decided to forego the camera tonight and go with only the painting. So we'll just do that here tonight. You know, and I don't have the right background that I want, so let's just put anything there. Yeah, it's not really the one I want tonight, but whatever. I don't like that I'm kind of like floating there. So maybe down just a tad. There we go. Just so I'm a little off screen. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna paint some more. Picking up the same mini from last night, and you can see the paint stuff hasn't moved since the last stream. Just left it here. And a recap. That's our mini. Oh, almost focused there for a second. So that's our mini we're gonna paint. We got our cup of water here. Move it to a more opportune space. That's not really any better, but we'll see if we can paint a little bit. Let's see here. I don't need the pick tool right at the moment. Alright, so we left off at the boots here. The boots, how do they look today? They could use some more love, that's for sure. So let's do that. Yeah, could definitely use some more love. It's unfortunate that you can't really see it on this webcam right here, so you just have to take my word for it. What did we paint this last night? I want to say alien purple was the boots. Hey babe, thanks. Nope. Love you too. It didn't explode everywhere that time, so that's good. That's a plus. Alright. Looks like the back of the boot here is the biggest area to cover. Just a tad little bit. If I can get the light just right. Just right. Get some more painting on. Let's see here. All in all, I think it just needs another coat. I don't think there's any gaps or anything in the paint itself. Just a little thin, and I just painted her leg, so that's, you know, I don't need another coat to it. And the actual legs look pretty good. They don't look like they're bleeding through any, and they're not gooped on. So I don't think I need another coat on there, but I will do the highlights on there, so that make it look a little better. Looks like there's a little spot right there that could use a little bit of TLC. We're trying a new playlist tonight that says copyright free, so we'll see. We'll see if I get struck with it again. I got hit with it today already from the one from last night on Facebook. Facebook hits me like, but you know what? Facebook actually mutes like my theme songs, which I know for a fact are copyright free, so I don't. And they don't have like the easiest way to refute it either, so that's kind of frustrating. It's like none of the platforms are very good for that. It's like they don't want you to have any kind of music at all. Oh, you got music? We're gonna make it as difficult as possible for you to play it. Why? Yeah. Because we're gonna overcompensate for the DMCA. Like, I don't know, that bar seemed like it was from familiar, so we'll just ban the whole song. Demonetize your whole account. our whole video. Not that I make any money on here anyways, it doesn't really matter. But that's not the point. It's principle here. What if I did? What if I was one of these guys that does make money? Get demonetized for some bullshit. I thought I heard like dog breathing in the song, but I thought it was behind me, and I was like, "Oh, great! Did one of the dogs get out here?" It's a short stream tonight, maybe another hour. I don't know how far we'll get in an hour, but trying to get the top of her boot here, like the boot and the flesh meat. And that's tough. Not just tough. Tonka tough. I guess the boots are gonna look good. I don't know. What I will do with the finished product is I think I'll like upload a picture to the Facebook page or maybe to the Discord. Maybe that's what I'll do. Upload them to the Discord when they're done. Get like a high-res photo. Put it on the Discord. That's probably what I'll do. That seems like the appropriate thing to do. So she's got these little like spikes here. Let's see if we can show it off. Yeah, there we go. These little spikes. 1, 2, 3. And we need to find a metal color. And I have a metal colors. Several metal colors. Plate metal, I guess. Well, that might work. Plate mail. It's kind of like glossy or whatever. I went, I don't know, 3 months without painting, and my paints are mad at me for it. Every single one of them, apparently. It's like every one I've touched that's like new has been clogged up now. Which sucks. And this one usually like spurts all over the place. So that's gonna be nice. Mostly because it's cut down here on the side. It's got like a slit in it. I don't know how that happened, but as you'll see, it'll really goop out here. Just kidding. I controlled that one. That should be sufficient to paint her little spikes here. Her whip spikes. This playlist does seem to be better than last night's playlist. It's a Lo-Fi Geek, in case anybody wants to know the playlist. I think they're live on their channel right now, actually. That's where I'm pulling it from. Ugh. The light is just not hitting it right for me tonight. Maybe that'll help. You know, I used to paint these without a magnifying glass, and then since I got the magnifying glass, it has really stepped up the level of detail that I'm not only able to see but paint and well. already getting that popping though going on. It's in these old bones. Just a happy little spank. Just kidding, I'm not gonna rip off Bob Ross. Everybody's got to do it once. You gotta like make at least one Bob Ross reference when you're painting. Right? It's like the cliche thing to do. You gotta do it. It has to be done. It's like the dad jokes. You know, as much as everybody hates them, they love them too. And you gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta say the dad joke. You just can't. You can't hold it back. That's like it is with the Bob Ross painting joke. Just a happy little something. There's no mistakes. It's just something. I don't know what he says. I've never actually watched like a Bob Ross episode. I never got into painting until I started painting minis about 2 years ago. I don't know, just stuck with it. Initially, I just wanted to be able to paint minis to make them look cool for the game. And somewhere along the way, I found it relaxing. Before streaming, I used to listen to books while painting. And obviously, we can't do that now, seeing how there's talking about a copyright violation. You can't put 6 hours of a book in the stream. It's really a copyright violation, not the 3 seconds of somebody else's song. I get caught in a video game. Jesus. Ridiculous. I hope that is give me power over here. Looks like it flashed. Okay. Yeah. Oh, a little cheek right there is exposed. Oh no, just kidding. It's a piece of looks like a fiber or something right there. All good. We're gonna get a camera pretty soon where we can see down. We're gonna angle it down kind of above me so you'll be able to see what I'm seeing pretty soon. That's I think the channel is gonna focus on some painting. I really enjoy painting. I stepped away from it for a little while once we bought this house. Pardon me. And now that I'm streaming more, it's a good time to step away and and maybe not play a game, but paint something. Paint old Deborah here. I don't think we ever talked about her hair color. That's okay. We can do the bodysuit tonight. The goblet's obviously going to be gold. But Deborah, what color are your gloves? She'll tell me at some point in time. Probably. Just the way the old Fred used to tell me. He used to tell me, he was like, "Hey man, this is Fred Flintstone." And he was like, "Hey man, I've actually been resting in the dirt." And I said, "Oh really?" So we made it where the moss grew in his back. He likes to sleep on his stomach. So he's been sleeping on his stomach. The moss grew on his back, but as you can see, not on his front. So yeah. He's got a little story, a little bit of backstory. An adventurer happens upon him, wakes him up, and fight. Deborah. Let's see here. I don't have any reds right here, so let's see what I got right here below me. Disappear for a moment. All right. Quite a few reds, actually. I mean, pure red. I think that's a little too bright for this. Violet red. That's a maybe. Crusted sore, and you can see it's like really needs mixed up in there. It's not an effect, so maybe we just shake it up really good and see how it looks. That's a maybe pile. Mars red. I think that's gonna be way too bright. So he's already got a purple boots. Dragon red, and then I think this is brick. Yeah, this one's brick. So I'm actually leaning towards none of these at the moment. Violet red or brick? Let's put them on the paper and see. What are we thinking? Red brick or violet red for her one piece here? I don't know. I'm thinking the violet red. It's very red. All right, Deborah, let's see what you got here. Show me what you're working with. Well, that paint is thin, son. What's thin? Which is okay. We'd rather it be thin than like super thick, but what that just means is a lot more layers than, say, some of the other paints. Because it's almost going on like a wash instead of like an actual paint. And I may just need to like put more of it down to kind of get that top layer. And might not be shaking up very well. Oh, there we go. That's more. Ooh. So the smaller her back meets the one piece here. Not the anime. This might put me to sleep. This song. It's like a lullaby. I feel like that's too much paint. Oh yeah, just dip some of that off. Breathing exercises to make sure that we don't shake too much. I got shaky hands. Well, shaky for miniature painting, anyways. And it makes it tough. And I picked up some like little hand exercise tools to kind of strengthen my grip there. Didn't really help. Everybody's like, "Oh, do these things." That's what I read online, anyways. You know, the internet tells you what to do. And tried that for like, I don't know, like a month or something like that. Of like just walking around like little hand exercises, looking like an idiot. And that would have been one thing. It looked like an idiot and it worked, but look like an idiot and it not work are two different things. Then you're just an idiot. So I was an idiot for a little while. In that regards, anyways. This is by far the, yeah, they are overrated. I think this is by far the most, what's the right word for it? Provocative mini that I've ever purchased. And she didn't come out quite what I thought she was going to. Based on the picture, went over to the leg a little bit. Based on the picture that was on the website, and I don't even remember where I bought her from, to be honest. And I'll show you the miniature again in here on the camera. I'm just trying to get the left side of her one piece done here. We could do a progress update too. You can maybe see how it doesn't. It's kind of watery. We got to go over it with multiple layers. So I'm doing like front, back, front, back, front, back. So we'll do the back, we'll move to the front, let that dry, bounce back, kind of back and forth. And we're going on most provocative mini. Yeah. Let's see here. You want to see the mini? Let's take a little progress update there. Come on, get her in focus here. Get right up in the Kool-Aid. Oh, wow. Oh, there. Well, that was the... Come on, you little camera. Get that autofocus on. It's starting to stay. I wonder if I can block out the background and see. Will you autofocus? I'm sure you get the idea regardless, though. She's got some cake. She's got a one piece on. Thick. Again, most provocative mini. And thin lines right here. Tested out a GoPro tonight, so we're getting started a little late. Trying to use a GoPro to capture the downward angle. Didn't work out too well. So we just went from the same setup we had last night. We'll take the GoPro back to Best Buy and see if we can find another solution. Maybe just a regular camera. Oh, this is going to be some layers, I tell you. We'll upload some completed pictures to the Discord once it's done, once this miniature is done. And then everybody will really be able to see it in that HD. The camera's supposed to be HD, but it sure doesn't feel like it sometimes. It's some grainy HD, I know that. Camera's supposed to be at least 720. Ignore is 720. And the resolution is set to 720, and I got it on our chest. Jesus. Whew. There's like this small little gap where the one piece connects, because she's got two openings on her back, and there's like this little connector in the middle where I gotta paint red, and it is tight right there, tight like a tiger. It's Austin Powers. God. You gonna clip that one for me? That's the downside, I guess, when you're painting a mini that's quite like this. It's bound to happen. I don't know what this little thing is called, and I know it's got a name. It's like her little collar that's straight up, but it's actually not a collar. I mean, not in the traditional sense anyways, and I wonder if it has like another name. I think it does. But it's around her neck here, like points straight up. That's the goblet, but around her neck here, you can see comes up around her little one piece. My finger's in the way. Don't know what it's called though. At least it's Wednesday. We only got 2 more days in the week for the weekend. Tried to do some outside chores this weekend. Have some leaves on the house that decided to pile up, so that'll be fun. The roof is totally not steep, so if for some reason there's no more streams after this going forward, I fell on the roof and died. And you know why? You heard it here first. Need some more paint. We're going with violet red. Oh god, it's gonna explode on me like last night. The paints are mad at me for taking a break, so they've all dried at the top, which has made each little attempt to get some paint out full of opportunities. So Chris, is that you? What's going on, buddy? Thanks for popping in here, man. I wasn't sure if it was you, but I had a feeling. You know anything about setting up Discords? Because I sure don't. Stream's okay. We got started super late tonight, so it's going to be a very short stream. Which, getting started so late, I think, has hindered the ability for more people to get on, especially early on in the night. For the exact reason I think you got going on. About to head to bed. Are people getting ready for bed towards so late? So I stream until about 10 and call it a night. Spend the next half hour after that getting ready for bed. Yeah, I mean, I have a Discord for the channel, but it's like bare bones. And I need to put some things in it to spruce it up. I guess that's where YouTube's going to come in. How to set up all those channels and community rules and all that jazz. We've named the mini. By the way, the mini's name is Deborah. I don't know if I said that since you've been on the stream here. Did you see Fred? Fred's right here. That's Fred Flintstone. Oh. You get it to talk with Slack channels. That's probably more than what we're trying to accomplish here. Gotta get up under that armpit here. But not so much as to get to the bodysuit past her, like, and touch her skin. Too late. That worked out well. Yep. I may have shown you Fred before in person. Okay. Come on. So, make a little bit of progress here. Slowly but surely. Before the Rona. It feels like it was a long time ago. It's hard to believe a year has gone by since this all started. But kind of thankful for it at the same time. In some ways. I know it's affected a lot of people negatively, so not in that sense, but it has actually worked out for us quite well. Just the situation that it created. Getting to work from home, being able to be home more, move, all that stuff. Having the time to build a chicken coop, which I may not have had the time to had it not been for the Rona. I guess I technically would have had the time to, but it would have been a much more drawn-out process. Because I was able to get more things done during the week to where I could focus on the chicken coop on the weekend. So that was nice. When I needed large chunks of time to work on it, because I couldn't work on it during the work week because it would get dark so soon. Especially in the winter. Soon after work, that is. You know, you don't have a couple hours versus where you need like 8 hours to work on the chicken coop to get like your particular task done before it rains and so forth. I'm gonna come up with a backstory for Deborah here. And she's gonna be in the D&D game one day. Like, why is she a vampire? Why does she like the whip to carry around? I have another character that I have a mini for, but I don't have, I would say, the right mini for. Like, it doesn't, that means he's like a placeholder for that character until I get another one, or the one that is that character specifically. I'll be probably have to get that one custom made. Now the question is here, she's got like a line here, like a seam line on the bra area. And do I color that another color? Like kind of like an accent color. No, I don't think she's an 8-foot vampire. I mean, I guess I could be cliche and like start making characters revolved around the current pop culture. Everybody always loves that. They don't really love that. We're getting there. We're getting there in the layers. We need like 5 more layers, but I mean, hey, we're like 5 down, right? Very thin layers and a lot of them. And then I have to go back and touch up the seams, kind of where like the bodysuit meets the flesh, her dead flesh. And these tiny, like little 1-drop spots, like you can get no more than 1 drop of paint there, otherwise it bleeds over too much. Like right here, and it was too much. Imagine that. Oof, this gauntlet is like really in the way as far as light goes. Already 30 minutes into the stream and barely made any progress on Deborah over here. She's probably got another to completion. I don't know, probably another. Yeah, that would be sad. Getting arthritis right after I pick up a hobby like this. I said I've only been doing this like 2 years, maybe give or take. If you include my downtime, less than 2 years. I guess like total time since I started, 2 years. But hell, like you only count the time that I've actually spent painting. It's been, like a week. A week of experience. And I'm not even good. Not yet, anyways. One day you'll see. You'll see. Yeah, arthritis would suck, though. Do you have arthritis? Already? I wonder if we're in a generation of like people who are gonna have more and more arthritis because of all like the video games and keyboards that we hit all day. All the controller holding and time on the keyboard. Yeah, you might then. It's not a pretty sight once it gets bad. I know a feller one time, older gentleman, his fingers actually pointed in like opposite directions because his arthritis just swelled his knuckles up so much. Something to look forward to. You're welcome. Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, really? Well, then you probably know how bad it gets then. No need for me to remind you. So I'm going to do a single-player game this weekend. I know, son. Well, think about it. You got another, few years before it hits you. You got to live it up. Or maybe it won't hit you at all. If you figure out what's causing it, you can limit that. It's probably video games. You got to quit playing video games. Looks like I lagged there for a second. The laptop that I'm using to do this portion of the stream instead of my PC has a little bit of a hard time. So I'm trying to play a single player game this weekend with a friend and do the controller pass back and forth and stream on Saturday, but I haven't quite figured out what game to play yet. And I think it needs to be narrative intensive, but not a horror game, because this person doesn't like horror games. So, any ideas? Narrative intensive, but not scary. It's something I haven't beaten before. I got 2 days to figure it out. I got a couple succubi that are not as provocative as this many is. And you would think that out of any of them, those would be more. There's a 3D printer that I want. It's the Anycubic photon shooter. I think it's just the photon. It's a resin 3D printer that I want, and I want that so I can just crank out some minis. I know where I'm gonna bolt it to the wall at. Here in the basement would be. And just let it churn those bad boys out. And then content for the stream. Endless content. Oh god, that's a tight spot. Gotta get in between. And I don't know how I'm gonna get in there, to be honest. Because her legs... This is not going well. So it's a bodysuit that acts almost like a thong, and I gotta paint the bottom of it, and it is really tight in there, and I don't know. And red is probably not the best color to be painting this now that I think about it. No, I think BioShock's a little too old. I'm thinking like something current. Assassin's Creed, I don't know that we can sit down. I mean, maybe we could sit down and play it in one sitting. That one's a maybe, I guess. I mean, if we ran through the story, but I think it would be harder at that point because you're not doing the side missions, you're not getting the collectibles, you're not leveling up. So we're trying to beat it in like 1 8-hour sitting. I failed to mention that criteria before. Surprise. And I am burnt out on Assassin's Creed games. I tried playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I just couldn't get into it. And I really like the Greek stuff. And after I platinumed 2, I don't think I platinumed 3, but I know I platinumed 2, and then I played 3, and when time I got to Revelations, I was just done. And like ever since then, I just can't do it. It's not different enough game each time to kind of make me want to play it. And apparently the stories are pretty good, especially like the one with in Odyssey. But I just can't seem to get in it. So it is what it is for that. All right, the seams here are killing me on the body. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to paint this like where the clothes kind of meet the skin like this. And so when I'm painting, right, I have to get this seam right here on all the clothes. So I have to paint the skin to get right here, and then I have to go back and touch it up with the skin tone. I've already beaten both of those. Yeah. I don't know that there's many options for me. Before I made these plans, I probably should have picked the game already. Oh my god, I just scraped red all over her. Great. Looks like there's like a big piece of flash that I missed, and that's always good. I think I'm just going to leave down there white. Nobody's going to be that far up in her. I'm looking around. The Last Guardian, maybe. It doesn't have to be a PlayStation exclusive. But there's not too many great single-player games on non-PlayStation. Like PlayStation exclusives. I haven't beaten The Last Guardian, so that one may be okay. I do have it already, so that makes that easy. It's not like I gotta spend extra bread to get it. Let's see here. I really need like a second light. Just making sure it is drawing power from the wall and not a. I've already played Firewatch and beat it. I did enjoy Firewatch. That was good. But they haven't done anything since. I check their website every so often to like see if I can find anything like updates of what they're working on. Nothing. It's still like only advertises like Firewatch. I'm like, do you guys do anything else? It's been like a lot of years since Firewatch. Oop, there's a little spot that didn't get painted. Under the hair. That's a tough spot too. No wonder it didn't get painted. Ghost of Tsushima is the last. I'm actually like working on that one. I've streamed that one a little bit, but I kind of decided. So I started streaming it when I was kind of like towards the beginning, but I played quite a bit of it off stream before I started streaming it. And I think that's a game that's just kind of for me. That's for me to relax and play. And I got another buddy who plays Resident Evil with me, so he needs to come over and help me finish that one before 7 comes out, because I need to know the story, and I've never beaten it myself. So now that we started together, I'd like to finish it together. There's this character in this book I'm reading named Ilaria, and for some reason I want to change this girl's name to Ilaria. Probably because that name was fresh in my mind. One would imagine. Looking for missed spots here. This is like the small, tiny detail portion right here of this. So it's making sure like you got paint on all of the places that you're supposed to have paint for this color. All right, man. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night, brother. Oh, getting old with the bones here. Where was I? This portion right here is about making sure that there's paint. For me, this is my process anyways. There's probably other people who have different processes, and if they don't like mine, then fine, do it yourself. Just kidding, but really, do it yourself. It's just about making sure that there's paint on the surfaces that there are supposed to be paint on, and not too much. So getting the layering right, and then the places that are supposed to have that paint has that paint, and that there's no uncovered spaces. Obviously, you don't know. Sorry, there's no uncovered places, and then you go back behind that and tidy it up with, if you bled over into like a paint from something else or for something else, you just go and kind of tidy it up there. And unfortunately, you won't be able to see too much of that with this current setup. We will get that fixed. I tried to get it fixed tonight, so maybe later in the week, maybe next week. Who knows? It just depends on if I can find a camera that I'm satisfied with the amount of like that you guys can see is the real question here. God knows I don't need more minis. I got like 2 bags full of minis, like Ziploc gallon-sized bags full of minis that need to be painted. So we got plenty of content to paint. We'll eventually get through it all if the painting thing takes off. Uh-oh. I hear a kitty cat that must have escaped downstairs and wasn't supposed to. I wonder if you guys can hear him meowing too. I heard him briefly. It's weird because he meows to be let in here, but he actually doesn't want in here. Because if I open the door, he runs. Oh yeah, I can totally hear him. I played some lo-fi last night, and this is a much better channel than last night's channel. Last night's channel had like singing and actual songs in it. I was like, I don't think you guys know what lo-fi is. Like lo-fi beats. I really want to touch up some of her skin here. It's kind of bothered me because I can't see like the definitive lines of where her skin is and where the stuff is supposed to begin. God, that is a tight spot. I almost wish she came apart so I could paint that. Missed that seam right there. Okay, so that's most of it. So here's Deborah. So we're getting there. And the white skin is painted. The unpainted looks like the chalice or goblet there. Spin it the other way. Apparently I'm looking at the screen and it's opposite in front of me. And her little base. Oh yeah, we needed to do another little bit. A layer to the. Oops, sorry, that was terrible. And don't fret, I'm not mashing my brush down on the bottom there. There's little ridges on the bottom that you can lightly take your brush across. And so what you do is you think like ridges, you know, like a knuckles or fingers here, and then you just run the brush across those ridges to help with texture. And there's like little channels right here that you run the brush through. I'm assuming to like kind of help squeeze it out as it runs up. You run your brush through here to help pull the water out. That's what I think it's for. It seems to work okay. I'm not a master painter. I'm just going with the flow. I watched a few videos. I watched the Will Friedle stuff on how to paint, and kind of just took it from there. I was kind of like, okay, this is that's how you paint it. Sure. I want to touch up her skin to make her look a little cleaner because she looks like I just blobbed paint everywhere. And I know it's not final and I'm going to have to do it 3 or 4 more times, but it's driving me crazy because she looks so sloppy right now. So, let's get the skin back out. Where's my vampiric skin? Look at that. Y'all are hiding my vampiric skin. And this little touch-up stuff, for me, needs the tiniest brush that I have, because I gotta get right there in those little cracks. Some of them more recognized cracks than others. So right here in her groin area, I got it everywhere. So we'll just take a little bit of paint, see how close we can get without messing it up. Oh yeah, that looks better. Her leg has got some red on it, or must have swept it with the brush. So that needs a pretty good, healthy amount. We're not trying to goop it on there, we're just trying to conceal it. There we go. It does actually drive me crazy that I can't show you guys. Other than a blurry amount, which is frustrating. That looks better. The legs look pretty good. One of the places I'm worried about is the small of her back here. It's pretty tough right there. That looks so much better though. The bottom portion of her anyways. We'll definitely post this to the Discord. I think that's a good place for it. I think we'll do painting updates in the Discord. Maybe at the beginning of the stream. Well, I guess at the end of each stream, because there's no reason to post the same picture twice. There's no reason to do it at the beginning or nothing like that. Sometimes we might even let the community pick which. Oh, that would be a great idea. Let the community. That'd be so cool. That'd be fun. Let the community pick which ones we want to paint. Oh, it's so tight in there. Alright. Oh, I gotta do a little belly button. That's gonna be tough. I'm shaking so much right now. Not because I'm nervous or anything like that, I just shake. So I just can't hold it steady good. As we covered. Opportunities in that sense. Damn, it's already 9 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock almost. What a short stream and a short painting session. So sad. She's got like 2 sections in the small of her back. Let's see if, hopefully you guys can tell a little bit of a change, a little bit of a difference from earlier, and I'm sorry that it's not in focus really good. But she's coming along quite nicely. A little bit of a patience. Goes a long way in miniature painting. And spinning the minis. You know, miniature painting is a good way to do character creation too, because you can find a mini. Maybe you have the class and the race picked out, right? Class, race. You got it picked out. But you don't know who your mini is or who your character is. Both tomato, really. So you take your time, paint, and ponder, and ask your mini, who are you? And maybe you'll have a nice character come out of it. At the very least, a nice NPC. If you're a DM, that is. If you're not a DM, well, there's not many reasons to make a humanoid NPC. I don't think, anyways. None that I know of. This is a weird angle I'm trying to get here, and it is tough. I think that's a seam. Can't tell if this little piece right here is part of her outfit or not. I may have to find her mini online and see it. Even under the magnifying glass, I can't tell for sure if it's just the way she's curved, or if it's actually like my paint coming over too much. The most awkward thing about creating different NPCs is that ones like this were more provocative. You would have to roleplay that in the game. So if I'm not roleplaying her, that's fine. No big deal. I'll just paint it, whatever. If I'm roleplaying her, though, that's a little more intimidating. I tried playing a girl character once, my tiefling bard Evelyn, and it just didn't work out. And I love this character on paper. She's amazing on paper, and I even had some art done for her by a girl in Greece. And she did a phenomenal job, and she was so easy to work with. And she really captured, I think, the image of her. And then I tried to bring it to the table, and I don't know why it became so difficult for me. But I felt like I was the living embodiment of like men writing women. So luckily it was a one-shot, and I'll never play her again. So she'll live in the mind, you know, the theater of the mind, so to speak, as far as like, you know, Dreamland. Speaking of Dreamland, if you guys have not watched Disenchanted, it is great. I love that show. And I'm a big Futurama fan too, so if you're not a fan of Futurama, then you might not like Disenchanted, because it is basically Futurama, but fantasy instead of sci-fi. I don't know when the fantasy stuff became so popular though, because before it was just, you know, sci-fi, and I feel like it was all sci-fi. I don't feel like there was that much fantasy stuff other than like, of course, like Lord of the Rings, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. And I don't know when it happened. I mean, I even switched over. I used to be a huge sci-fi nerd, and at some point, I switched to fantasy. And really, it was D&D. D&D is what made me switch. But I don't know exactly when I switched. I had a coworker introduce me to D&D, and ever since then, I was hooked. And I've been reading all of the... Oh, God bless, I got to close again. I've been reading all of the Forgotten Realms novels by R.A. Salvatore. Or Salvatore, or... I think it's Salvatore. But, doing pretty good. Reading 20 books by one author can be, can really start to wear on you with, like, the lack of variety after a while. So I had to step away from D&D for about 2 books now, which to me is, that's a month. I read about 2 books a month. So I'm going to finish the book I'm in, and I think I'm going to read one more, because it's the last in the series. So I'll finish the book I'm in, which I'm at like 50%. So it's my Kindle Paperwhite. And once I finish this, I'm going to read one more, because it's the last book in the series. And then I'm going to switch back to the rest of R.A. Salvatore's books, which will put me in the Jar, Axel, and Terry little saga that they got going on. And that's not a spoiler for anybody. It's just a matter of fact. There's a Jar, Axel, and Terry trilogy, I think is what it is. So if you haven't read the R.A. Salvatore books, then you'll know it when you get to it. I don't know anything about that series, so can't spoil anything. Okay, so I kind of touched everything up. Touched her body up here. You can see she does look better than when we did earlier. What I will do is put her in the Discord. So if you're not part of the Discord, you can find the link to the Discord on the Twitch page under Discord. And the invite should be good. If it's not, and it doesn't let you join, somebody please email me, and you can contact me on the Facebook page. All that stuff, all that information's on the Twitch page. It's also on the Facebook page. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can find my information there. Can you find the Discord on Facebook? I don't know if the Discord is on Facebook. If it's not, we'll put that on the to-do list. Obviously, the paints we didn't use. What we're going to do is we're going to leave the setting just like it is. We're going to take the colors up this time, though. We're going to leave the paper towel because it's, you know, just something to wipe by a phone. I don't know that we're going to pick it up Friday. We're definitely not going to stream tomorrow. We're going to take a break tomorrow. Spend some time with the missus. And stream Friday. Is that games? Is it this? Well, no. Who knows? We'll find out. Whatever we're in the mood for. If we do stream, it might be Little Nightmares Friday. I think the missus wants to play some more Little Nightmares, so we'll do that. And she also wants to be part of the stream. So maybe when she goes to bed, or if we beat Little Nightmares, we'll continue painting Deborah. there'll be a picture of her, so you can see in a better fidelity, and hopefully we'll have a better camera there by Friday, or at least by Saturday when we do the couch stream. Me and a buddy of mine, and hopefully have a better camera so we can get better pictures and better video of the minis, because it's just not cutting it with the level of clarity here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in here. If you haven't followed or liked the page, depending on where you're at, please do. It really, really helps out. And we'll see you next time.